This edition of Dolphins Today is made possible by Manscaped. You guys can get 20% off and free shipping on every single one of their men's grooming products and the bundles when you use promo code DOLPHINS over at manscaped.com. Training camp underway for the Fins, and we have some injury news already. Former Stanford corner, the rookie UDFA Ethan Bonner, has been placed on the active non-football injury list to begin camp. Unclear what the injury is, but it means it was something stemming from his days back in college, and it's a non-football injury. He can come back at any point, but we'll have to see when and if that ends up occurring. Meanwhile, Zeke Vandenburgh, the UDFA, former Missouri Valley Football Conference Defensive Player of the Year at Illinois State, has been placed on injured reserve. This actually ends his season unless he's cut and signs with a different team. It does open up a roster spot, but Zeke's season over before it even begins for the Miami Dolphins. Now, our goal is to beat our subscribers in June. We're up past 150 this month. June had 318, and we're already past the halfway point. We're trailing behind, but training camp's almost here at long last. So if you want more free Dolphins videos, hit that sub button right now. Let's check in on the latest with Dalvin Cook, some developing situations on this frontier. First up, the Dolphins are no longer the betting favorite to land Dalvin Cook. That is a change from what has previously gone on. The Patriots, despite meeting with Leonard Fournette for a workout, are now the betting favorite. Cook, of course, has long been linked to Miami, and they are still second in the odds. Here are the said odds, by the way. The Patriots now plus 150. The Dolphins, who were the heavy favorites, they were at one point, I think, minus 150, minus 250 even. They're now plus 200. The Jets are plus 400, and then a massive cliff afterwards. The Cowboys, Commanders, and Broncos are all plus 1,500. It's a noticeable change in the odds from the last time we've discussed them. The Dolphins have gone down. There's a clear three-contender race in the AFC East. The Bills not a part of that. And it's also worth mentioning, we saw a similar, but not quite as drastic, sizable shift in the odds when DeAndre Hopkins picked the Titans, like 3 days before. These odds changed last night, by the way, for Dalvin Cook. But 3 days before Hopkins goes to Tennessee, Tennessee jumps and becomes a massive favorite to land him, with the Patriots way behind. Was there a single bettor who knew? Did Vegas have the inside information? Who knows? And could that be happening here now? I'm not so sure. More on Dalvin Cook to come, but will the Dolphins sign him? Y for yes, N for no. This will be today's pinned comment. So if the ad comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and let us know. Y for yes, N for no. In the words of my boy Willie Fins, my prediction has been he's a Dolphin. But that does raise a bit of a red flag that the Patriots are the betting favorites. The red flag did drop back down a little bit in light of the Leonard Fournette workout for the Patriots, which I think if you want Dalvin Cook in Miami, the ideal outcome is that they sign Fournette. That would take them out of the race for Cook. Maybe it's a it's a push to say, Dalvin, take our offer or take one of them. We can't be sitting around here with camp coming up in the next 7 days-ish. The Patriots were in their mix for DeAndre Hopkins. They did not get that deal. He took more money from the Tennessee Titans. Could something similar happen one way or the other for Dalvin Cook as it relates to Miami? The Patriots, I do think, plan on giving Ramondre Stevenson much of the workload in that room, but Damian Harris is gone. I would guess there's a good chance that I kind of believe in Pierre Strong, but they move on from Damian Harris. He goes to the Bills. I think they would like a more proven vet back. I would wonder if maybe Fournette to New England and Cook to the Dolphins makes the most sense for all sides, although maybe I'm just saying that because I want Dalvin in Miami. Now, today's show is made possible by Manscaped. Summer is here, and this summer it's about the size of the cannonballs, but it's about making a splash with our friends over at Manscaped. Prep for barbecue season by making sure your grill master has the hottest dogs this summer's ever seen. When you're at the cookout, let the meat speak for itself with Manscaped's Performance Package 4.0. You understand the innuendo here, right? It's not too mean or not too clear. I think it works right. Get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com when you use promo code DOLPHINS. That link, by the way, will be in the comment section and the description of today's show. Manscaped is the perfect ways to get your patties sizzling hot this summer. You get the joke there. Use the Lawnmower 4.0. Make sure your hot dog is looking good this summer. Manscaped.com, promo code DOLPHINS. Back to Dalvin Cook in Miami here. Look, these two sides have long been linked. I would bet if the money was even, Dalvin Cook would take the Miami Dolphins. The question becomes, though, is the money even? I do think the Dolphins have a price tag in mind, but it remains to be seen if that number is enough. And by the way, frankly, if Patriots do sign Fournette, that actually helps the Dolphins out in a big way because it means there's one less contender for Cook, and maybe he just takes the Dolphins' offer as is. The running back market's been rough. I do not believe that Dalvin Cook is a top 10 back anymore. I think he's more top 15. Still fine. I don't think he's going to command the massive volume of number of contracts that maybe he wants because there's been decline, right? 5 yards a carry, 4.7 yards a carry, 4.4 yards per carry. And the Vikings' offensive line, frankly, is probably better than what Miami's is. Although the offensive style should, in theory, lead to some more success, I think he can still fit in that Niners-ish style offense Mike McDaniel likes to run. Plus, Raheem Mostert, Jeff Wilson can't stay healthy. So I am not ruling out Dalvin Cook to Miami, even in light of the Patriots becoming the betting favorites right there. But I do think maybe we should have the conversation of maybe he's not a member of the Dolphins after all. So how upset would you be if Dalvin Cook spurned Miami to sign with New England? Scale it for me from 1 to 10 in the comment section. 1 on the low end, 10 on the high end. Let's talk wide receiver trade rumors here. Denzel Mims appears to finally be on his way out of New York. The Jets are going to move on from Mims this offseason. That's been reported by NFL Network, local media too, up in New York. They are trying to trade him, with one report saying that the Jets have called the Cowboys asking for as low as a conditional 7th-round pick, i.e., somebody, please, anybody, trade for this wide receiver who's buried on our depth chart at like wide receiver 6. We had to get Randall Cobb to make Aaron Rodgers happy. Worth exploring. I wouldn't be shocked if somebody claimed Denzel Mims off of waivers, but that remains to be seen. Mims is a physically talented wide receiver, but it's been 3 years now, buried on the depth chart, unable to play in New York, has had some drop issues, fought with the organization, and has been unable to get on the football field with Braxton Berrios outplaying him back when they were both members of the Jets. So it's worth exploring. My concern for Miami is, do you think he's better than Robbie Chosen, Erik Ezukanma, who we'll talk about here in a little bit, Cedric Wilson? Hey, do the Jets want to take the Cedric Wilson contract? No, they don't. But he's available for free. So do you want to go trade for him? I mean, conditional 7th, probably it's not if he makes the roster or not. Would you trade for him? T for trade or P for pass? Get your votes in for me in the comment section. What would you do if you want to go get Denzel? Remember, if you trade for him, that does take away snaps from in training camp from a different receiver. You might want to see what they can do. We'll also discuss Erik Ezukanma here on today's show, the former 4th-round pick out of Texas Tech. Bleacher Report said he needs an impressive camp to not be cut. And I'm not sure I fully agree with that, but an impressive camp would help, make no mistake. The 2022 4th-rounder didn't play much. 15 snaps on offense, 0 on special teams. And if you can become an impact player or a contributor on special teams, that would go a long way to making sure he does make the roster over a Robbie Chosen, over a Cedric Wilson, somebody else. I don't know how many receivers this team wants to end up carrying. He caught just 1 pass for 3 yards last year. It was, of course, a long of 3, no touchdowns. I think safer roster was where I'd put him. He was a 4th-round pick. And I think that shouldn't be overlooked by the same regime still in charge, by the way. You don't see that many 4th-round picks get cut after a year and a half, basically. They normally get more time to grow and develop because of what was invested in them as an organization. So I don't want to bail so quickly on Erik E. I didn't love him as much coming out of Texas Tech. Of course, we're originally from Dallas here, Chat Sports, and we had plenty of Tech fans who told me he was great. And I was like, he's good, but I thought 4th round was better than people saying 2nd round. It never made sense to me. Got to step up in the preseason. I think he has the talent to do so, but I'm not going to cut him quite that quick.